Welcome to part 2 of IDGT and PK's review of Jurassic World Alive 3.6 release notes. In this video, we look at the rebalanced creatures of this update. And there are many. If you have not seen our analysis video of the new creatures yet, please catch that as well. Here, IDGT and Practicekat give their first impressions of the rebalanced creatures. As always, we hope it is helpful to the community. Please let us know any questions, commentary, and your feedback below. Not sure how much this changes for Diabloceratops. The increase in attack will definitely make an impact, but it doesn't really help with Diablo's utility, which is a swap-in. These will probably change its utility completely, beyond epic format being potentially just a lead creature rather than used as a swap-in. Stegouros. At first glance, these changes do not look like that much, but the change to the delay on Embolden alone will make quite a difference in its usage beyond Legendary. We wish that its base damage was a little bit higher, but with its increase of crit chance, it still has the potential to put out some bigger numbers. These are some big changes for Ceratosaurus. Group Heavy Strike paired with the increased damage will definitely help this creature in the lower arenas. We are not sure how to take the reactive change. In most instances, when Cerato bleeds the opponent dies the same turn, so it will rarely get the chance to use its reactive. The HP and armor buff is icing, wasn't needed but great to have. First impressions. The heal being added to instant shielded strike will absolutely help with Koreanosaurus' survivability. Being able to heal from common formats and above will help with its usage. Unstoppable force gaining stun is a +2. Kind of wish it had stun resistance still. The armor buff helps as well. Now you can apply more points to other stats. Yuxisaurus. Even though the changes do not look like much, increasing Payback Rampage's damage helps Yuxi against many of the top Omega Fierce and forces them to increase HP. The change to damage reduction resistance is also great and ensures that the heals are higher from the Payback Rampage. Geosternbergia. This is one of 3 Omegas that we consider the bigger winners of the 3.6 rebalanced creatures. The changes to HP and damage alone increase its usage in multiple formats and allows for better training point distribution when at lower levels. Fierce impact becoming dispersed is exactly what Geo needed. Now it can deal with flocks too. Australotitan, the second Omega that we consider the bigger winners of this update. The damage increase is exactly what is needed. Shattering regenerating impact. Changing to a group move now is huge. Again, this creature has a chance to deal with flocks easier. The more damage output means bigger heals too. Titanic takedown stun chance increasing to 75% is another great addition. First impressions. This is quite a big change for Thylos. It benefited the most from that swap-in. On the plus side, it will now have the chance to do bigger damage with its dual Rending Assault. Potential for 0.75 rend damage twice if both attacks crit at 90%. Antarctovenator. We do not think this is enough for this creature to make it on teams. Antarctovenator's kit and stats are still outdated. It does not have the health or damage output that most of the creatures that are currently being used have. This change was needed some time ago. Monostegotops. Quite a bit of changes to this legendary creature, which will probably earn it a place on teams. With a complete revamp of its kit and nice stat and resistance changes, hopefully it is enough to find this older legendary a spot on tournament teams. First impressions. Dakotaraptor. Sadly, we feel that these changes will go mostly unnoticed, similar to Truden last update. But it is always nice to get an updated kit stats to older creatures. Skoolasaurus. The changes to the delay on group distracting rampage definitely hurts this creature's usage. It does not look like Skoola will beat Rexy anymore. We assume that it was performing better than Ludia expected, thus the change. Rativates, the third big Omega winner of these rebalances. The changes to Shattering Triple Jab means that it has an impact available at all times in all formats, available turn 1. Rativates always had fallen a little bit short on damage prior with Jab and Weave. The increase here will help it against all Fierce, and the changes to Offensive Stance will give it a better chance in the RNG scenarios. Spinotasuchus. This attempt, again, still does not feel like enough. The changes will of course help it specifically against flocks. But for anyone that does not have it boosted already, or is not currently using it, it does not make sense to build it. First impressions. This change to Plateorex does not hurt its head-to-head in any aspect. It does, however, make it a cautious swap now. and will most likely be used specifically now as a swap in late game as a counter to Concatalok or Skoonometrodon. If you use it before Thylos Intrepidus is shown, it is an easy swap to Thylos with Concatalok taking no damage. Thank you for watching our review of the Rebalanced Creatures of Update 3.6. If you haven't seen our analysis video of the new creatures of this update, please catch it now. And stay tuned for all new Update 3.6 beta content on IDGT 902 YouTube coming your way starting next week.